Okay, in today's video, I'm sharing the assignment that you'll find posted to your Google Classroom, which is titled Which Doesn't Belong. You're going to need to fill out the form that you see, obviously, with your first and last name. You'll then be viewing 4 pieces of artwork, and your task is going to be to identify which piece that you feel is different from the others. There's literally no wrong answer with this. It's total personal opinion, and it's a great opportunity for you to engage with 4 pieces of artwork, but also express your thoughts in a way where you're using art vocabulary. You're showing your knowledge of art vocabulary, and then you're completing this form for credit for the assignment. So essentially, you're going to be looking at 4 pieces of artwork, choosing which one is different, and then your goal, which will earn you credit for the assignment, is to explain your decision by using a minimum of 1 art term in full sentences, supporting your knowledge and also proving to me that you understand the vocab term. There is a chance for you also to get extra credit on this assignment by using 3 or more terms in your description, and that'll make sense in a moment. So essentially, there will be a slide that posts to your Google Classroom. It'll be different from the one I'm doing. And on that slide will be 4 different pieces of artwork. You then have to decide which one does not belong out of the 4 pieces of artwork, and then support your opinion by using vocabulary terms. Now, there's a whole list of vocab terms on the side of the slide, and you can use them for your word bank, but you are not limited to them. So essentially, if you're looking at this and you're choosing a piece of artwork, there might be a specific technique that's not listed on the side of the screen, such as stipple, cross-hatching, gradation, items like that. There also might be a specific type of artwork. So you might remember a movement in art history or a specific artist that we've talked about. For instance, this one looks like surrealism. That's not on the screen. Neither is Cubism by Picasso or his Blue Period. So if you can recall a specific artist or art movement, that also counts for art vocabulary. And you can include that in your opinion. So essentially, if I'm looking at these 4 pieces of artwork, I'm deciding that piece of artwork number 4 does not belong because I think it's different from the rest. What would not get me credit for today is to say number 4 doesn't belong because of color. That doesn't describe the piece in a way that supports your decision and shows off your knowledge of the vocabulary. But what I can say is number 4 does not belong because it's a very warm color scheme. It has a lot of yellows and yellow oranges and some deep oranges, whereas the rest of the paintings have some blues and greens and some blues and cool grays. They have a more of a cool color scheme as opposed to this one. The second reason, if I want to earn extra credit, I've got to give at least 3, is because this one looks like a still life. That's not a term that's on here, but that's something that we talk about in 8th grade. A still life is an object that's painted or drawn while sitting in front of you. The other 3 are landscapes, also not on the screen, but they are terms that are art terms, and I can use them in my description. So they're scenes that go back in space. Going back in space gives a project a sense of depth. So the third reason why I think that this piece of artwork is different is that there's not as much visual depth. Depth feels like you can step into the piece of artwork and walk back into the scene. All of these other pieces of artwork have a definite sense of depth that's greater than number 4. Heck, I'm going to go on to a 4th reason because I'm really looking at this piece and it looks almost symmetrical to me. If you don't remember, there's symmetry and asymmetry in artwork. Symmetry is something that looks like it's the same on both sides if you can divide it down the center. Now, while this is not perfectly symmetrical, it's pretty much centered and gives the piece a very symmetrical appearance compared to the rest. The rest of these are very asymmetrical compared to this one. So there's 4 completely different reasons why I think piece of artwork number 4 does not belong. That would get me extra credit for today's assignment. As a reminder, you need to use at least 1 to support your idea in order to get full credit.